Welcome to Level Sync, a Final Fantasy XI podcast with your hosts, DA Soccer, Lost Time Lord, and Quetch.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Level Sync podcast. Unfortunately, I am your host today, and I am on one, it seems like, right off the bat prior to getting this up and running. So we
Yes,
will
you can
see
sign
how
up to
this
our
goes.
Patreon for the pre-show that I've been recording.
No, you put that. Oh no,
We don't have a
do that.
Patreon.
Don't do
I'm
that.
just messing with DA.
DA is screwed.
Anyways, unfortunately, like I said, I am the host today, but we have our two amazing other hosts that are chilling here. We've got LTL, the cult of the podcast. It's gonna make sense, I promise. Hey, LTL.
Hi. The what? The
Hi.
cult?
Yeah, just roll with it. You'll get it.
COLT?
Singular
Oh.
cult or
Yeah, Colt, just Colt. Roll with it. Quetch, we
Right.
got Quetch, the Rocky of the podcast.
Rock on, dude.
Okay,
That's
wait for it
me.
to click. And again, I am DA. I am Tum Tum of the Three Ninjas. Here on
Oh,
the podcast.
okay.
Get it? Click.
I did
LTL
not.
is that before your time?
I'm too old. I don't
Or
know what
after
the
your
fuck you're
time?
talking
I mean,
about.
maybe.
The
Yeah.
Three Ninjas? Three Ninjas kick
Oh.
It
back?
would have been close for him, I
mean,
think.
I'm familiar with the movie. I don't think I've ever actually
I
seen
think
it.
Quetch and I grew up on like Power Rangers, and you were probably like Voltron, right?
Yeah, dude, I definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
was
that's
in
the
my
age
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
This is the one place I feel safe that I'm not the oldest motherfucker here. I get made fun of all the time about how old I am, and I waited 30 seconds before I cussed. Quetch, you're welcome. For the
good
YouTube
timing.
YouTube algorithm. They
That's right.
actually, total aside, I actually got an email from them the other day. They've relaxed their cursing policy, and they were very okay. You'd have to watch the video because I don't want to overly describe this, but there was basically a guy from YouTube's partner program who was like, so we've relaxed. You can actually say this many curses within this amount of time, and he's just like blasting curse words like in the video from YouTube to illustrate like, look, this is fine to this degree. He's like, when you pass this, then you're looking at maybe explicit content. But basically YouTube has very much relaxed their curse word policy last couple weeks, 2 weeks or whatever.
To watch that educational video on their relaxing of the policy, did you have to scan your real ID and upload it to the government to approve of your age?
No, they just looked at my search history and saw it was all Final Fantasy XI and assumed that I was 30 to 45 years old.
I looked at your search history and not mine. Holy shit.
They're like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, speedruns, and Final Fantasy XI.
Okay. Not bad. But we got a lot listed for what we're describing today. We're wanting to get this kind of out and about before we go out there and get a wonderful home-cooked meal from LTL here in a few weeks with the Vegas trip coming up. But I wanted to start off like we always do, guys. LTL, what you been up to?
Lots of stuff. Playing lots of different games. Trying to get in that summertime game releases. There haven't really been tons of like big ticket games. The last weekend I did play the Battlefield 6 beta, which was fun. I'm not a big PvP guy, but it was still fun.
I found it more enjoyable with people, like not just a
Yeah.
random group, but going in with headset and a friend
Yes.
or two. I
Yeah,
was
that
doing
was
that with
fun.
a junior last weekend, and I'm gonna be doing that immediately after this episode's recorded.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did the same thing last weekend. I don't know if I'm jumping in this weekend or not. The old heart rate did get up pretty high for the PvP, so
Isn't
Boy.
it last weekend though?
yeah, before it comes out. This is it. And then I think it comes out. I don't know. I really don't know.
Is that one of them free to play battle royale games, or is that? I don't know anything
Yeah.
about this one actually.
Oh, the beta is free. You can sign up and get in instantly, but when the game comes out, it'll be $80. Or
Okay.
whatever. And also playing Dune Awakening when that came out. I have a lot to say about that, but that's not for here. Killing Floor 3, which is fun. Still lacking a little bit, but fun. The new Mafia game, great, but it's really, really poorly optimized for PC. I have to turn the graphics down to like PS3 level with like capped at 30 in order for my computer not to chug while I'm playing it, because everybody likes to blame the 13,000 and 14,000 series of Intel chips for like all of the stuttering. Oh, you've got one of those. That's why. But the
Oh
game's
yeah, I've heard
basically
of that.
unplayable. It's ridiculous. The game was kind of unplayable unless I set it to like really low settings. But it's a good game. It's a lot of fun. And the big one that I reinstalled for the first time since it came out and had all those updates is No Man's Sky. Actually hadn't played that since it first came out. In fact, I just reloaded it today from, re-downloaded it, or not today, but the other day. And it was the first time I had played it since it very first came out. And when I tried to, because it like keeps your saves, right? My save is invalid. Like my original save doesn't even work with this version of the game. So like I couldn't even go back and like see what I had already done because it was completely compatible. But it's a completely different game than I remember, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun exploring around and finding new things, new planets, new critters. A lot of fun.
Since they revamped it or kind of redid everything, it took you obviously years to be able to do it. I've heard nothing but good things since they did all
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing, and that was kind of the reason why I went back to it. Is that everyone is so in love with where it had, like what it has become. Like they look at that and like Cyberpunk is kind of like the two redemption stories. You know what I mean? Like really, really, really bad launches. Although I don't think No Man's Sky had a bad launch, but people really didn't like it because it wasn't much of a game.
I think that was the main
Cyberpunk obviously
complaint,
didn't,
not being much of a game.
because that it wasn't a game.
Right.
Yeah,
It felt misleading.
that makes sense. It makes sense. I remember like when it first came out, No Man's Sky. That is, it like there was really no narrative. There was no objectives really. I mean, you just kind of did stuff, which was fun, but it certainly wasn't what they had envisioned. And now, there's so to do. It's kind of overwhelming how much there is to do, but it is a lot of fun. So I've been playing the heck out of that the past few days. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Oh, and the puppies are good for anybody curious.
Okay. Releases the feces.
The puppies are releasing the feces. Releases the feces.
I wanted to ask you,
Wherever they can.
are they good about like, do they like chew stuff up or anything like that? Or do you have,
Oh yeah,
are they,
yeah. Oh, funny story. I'm glad you brought that up.
okay.
So the other day, like I keep her, the younger one, Lulu, in here with me, like during the day. She's not in here now, but the other day, I don't forget what day it was. Inconsequential. She was under my desk and I wasn't paying attention. She kind of meanders around or whatever. She's usually asleep at my feet. She was over here, and then all of a sudden, like I didn't see what happened, but she started barking like at something under my desk. Like I was freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck is under my desk? I mean, I live in Vegas. I'm thinking like scorpion or a sun spider or a fucking rattlesnake or something is under my desk. I'm like, what is happening? So I look and I can't find anything. So I start like moving stuff around, and I grab one of the cords to move it. The extension cord, in fact, that plugs into these lights here, these things that are all back here. And it's chewed through, and there's copper out of it. So she shocked herself.
Oh.
And I'm like, you dumb bitch. Like, I cannot believe you've just done this. Like, I can't believe you've done this. And I moved it back and like, I got it all covered up and stuff so she can't do it. Later that very same day, I'm chilling in here doing something on my computer. You see this little trophy case right here with the blue lights, like right over my shoulder. Well, the way that it's normally set up is the two glass cases that are on either side of it, each have lights that feed into like basically an extension cord along with this thing. And it was a foot pedal on the ground that I would push, and all three of the things would turn on. I'm chilling over here. It's like later at night, and I'm doing something, playing games, and all of a sudden my room lights up. And I don't mean blue like the lights have turned on. I mean there was a flash. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she starts barking, and I'm like, what did you do? So I go over there and see that the cord for this like extension cord with the push on it is not even attached anymore. It's just basically got two little pieces of copper that are holding it together. And when I move it to try and like get it so I can unplug it, it starts arcing and throwing sparks.
Holy crap.
So got a Tesla coil in his room.
So she got put in her crate that night and was told that she was a very bad girl. But yeah, she could have killed herself twice.
Yeah, that's borderline right there. Yeah.
Yeah, not great.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
I love them, but she is dumb as shit.
I mean,
she's only like 3.5 months old.
Yeah,
but...
they'll learn, right?
You hope that they will.
They eventually learn. It's like a Black Mage in the Dunes. When you overnuke, you get clapped by a crab, you die a few times, you learn, you lose some experience. Hopefully they
Mhm.
just lose some experience, but they evolve and you
Well, what
know
I would hope is that she earned points in fucking wisdom, but I
it sounds
doubt
like
it will.
vitality.
Well, vitality is well. I mean, that's good. So like, she has the enough health to survive an attack like that.
Oh, no.
But I would hope that the experience like helped increase her wisdom score so that she doesn't make the mistake again.
I was really hoping for lightning resist, but whatever you guys think is good.
Lightning resist would have been good. She might have actually gotten some lightning resist.
Now you gotta
She was
roll
basically
higher.
she was King Behemoth that night. Like, is what she was rolling around.
Quetch, what have you been up to? Hopefully not
Uh,
electrocuting dogs.
Outside of like the Horizon world, I've been following the not RuneScape, um, RO Ragnarok Online. Ragnarok
Okay.
Online 3 currently is in like alpha testing, and it looks like a callback to the original RO. It doesn't just look like it. It is. It's the original models, the original game, but with like a modern UI and like modern like raid and dungeon mechanics and stuff. And I've just been kind of following that to see if it ends up being something not just a cash grab like most Ragnarok Online products. A lot of our favorite like MMOs and stuff as we've you know aged, I guess, as like games have progressed, like for example Ragnarok Online with like us who are now, we were the target audience when we were teenagers or whatever, they became cash grabs or nostalgia grabs. And this game looks like it's actually going to be honoring like the original gameplay loops and stuff like that, and it looks really cool. So I just wanted to bring that up. I might talk about it if we end up getting a key or anything like that. But
Sith actually sent me a link to that. Scythius,
yeah,
Ayame's better half, like sent me a link to that. He's really interested in getting into that. I think he really wants to play when it comes out. And I don't mean to interrupt, but like it reminds me, there was another MMO that they had a play test for a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you guys heard about it, called Dracontos,
no, that
and it's
doesn't
like
even ring a
all like
bell.
16-bit like MMO. Like basically like it's got all pixel art. It's like pixel sprite like MMOs, and you can choose from like one of like 20 different champions, and like um it's I don't really know how to do it justice by explaining it, but we played it the entire weekend, and I am so excited for when that one comes out. It's on, you can look it up on Steam, you can wishlist it on Steam, but it's
DRAKANTOS.
right. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, this looks
It's
dope.
really good.
It's
It
got like
is.
the
It's super
Ragnarok
dope.
Online vibe, but with like just different graphical style. It's like
Mhm.
it's like your old PC based MMO look.
Yeah, it's like a Super Nintendo like level
Yeah.
RPG, but made into an MMO. Like me, Sith, and Ayame were playing that and having a lot of fun. It's actually really cool, and it's going to be free. Just for everybody to know, it's a free game when it comes out.
Sick. Other than that, I guess there's been a lot in Horizon. With the freaking Sailor Scouts, we finished our run essentially. Almost to the
Accomplished
day.
everything?
We accomplished everything. We accomplished in 2 months. It was almost it was almost exactly 2 months to the day. I think we were like 2 or 3 days after the date that it had all started, and we were a level 50. I think I was 53 at the end of it all. We had somebody who was like 55. We didn't do LB2, but it is over. For fans of that series, that somehow listen to the podcast but haven't watched any of it, our 2 months is over, and we kind of felt like we got to a point where we weren't learning anything else to help the test. We were just grinding more EXP for the sake of grinding. Like at some point, you're not learning anything by EXPing for another 10 hours to get everybody from 53 to 55
Right.
or whatever it is, right? Yeah.
It's just a
So
grind.
so we took away a lot from that. I think I've actually learned a lot about Group Iron Man. Have you guys played any games with either Iron Man or Group Iron Man, like on your own time?
I played old school RuneScape, but I never tried
Okay.
the Iron Man. I'm
Okay.
familiar with what it is, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So Group Iron Man being the concept where you, it's not just self-found, it's like group found. So you would trade between players. And even in old school RuneScape has an issue with like groups just fall apart. People's schedules change, people's desires change, their goals change. You have one, especially in FF11, the way we set up our group, you have 6 people. If one person decides this isn't good enough for my schedule anymore, I can't do this. I mean, how do you go with a 5-man group to 75 without like drastically changing, your EXP spots, and that's like even 5 people as like adults with jobs and stuff is hard to get in the same room for the same time for any extended length of time. I mean, I'm surprised it went as well and as far as it did in 2 months. I think we got very far. Like I said, almost LB2. We did do LB1. Um, I had spent something like 6 hours the day before the test ended, trying to make a Cornet +1, which required you to have level 24 goldsmithing and 24 plus bonecraft. I had like, by the end of the test, I think I had like 50 bonecraft. And just getting goldsmithing to 24 was a whole like 6-hour process of finding, sourcing the fire crystals. Fire crystals, by the way, guys, almost impossible to get if you are so imagine you're not taking jobs out to Gelspa anymore. I mean, I could have gone out to Gelspa. I could have gone and spun up a job, level 1 job, got it to level 10, gone to Gelspa, done Gelspa. But like if my goal is to sit down and do goldsmithing, I've got to go get, I need 24 fire crystals. By the time I get a job to 10 and then take it out to Gelspa, I'm looking at however many hours it took me to do all that, and then to get the drops from Gelspa, then to leave my party. It's just like if you just need a handful of fire crystals to finish what you're doing, I had to take like level 15, 14 thief out, and I had to go kill like EPs that were like lizards and stuff like that and goblins in order to get fire crystals. But like you can't go farm like you can go to cons and do thunder rallies when the thunder weather's up. You can go to like Tarangi to do wind elementals when the wind weather's up, and like all the other really useful crystals are generally available, but fire are not. So it's like little things, little cool things that I learned along the way. So I ended up making that Cornet +1. And ended up using it for 40 minutes in an EXP party before the test ended. So it's like, it's just a small glimpse into the amount of commitment that comes from doing a group Ironman like that.
When you say test ended, how did the test end? Were you guys just like, oh, I guess that's it?
I would say, okay, so in terms of what actually happened, I will tell that story in a second. But I think there was a general feeling of like, hey, it's the summer, I'm spending, 5 hours, 6 hours, 2 days a week doing this test. We're not really learning anymore. Maybe it's time to go. I felt like that was generally there, and I'm pretty good judge of that kind of thing. And that Saturday was like, I even messaged beforehand, like, hey, how's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling about this test? Everybody's like, oh yeah, no, cool. I'll meet for EXP today. I'm like, all right. Anyway, we get together and we're like, where do we EXP? It was like level like 53. I think we could have synced down to like me at 51 or something, 51 or 52, somewhere in that area. We had just done a Bosanu Oubliette for the past couple levels, which was like a 50 to 51 sync. We had just kind of like basically EXP'd out of that range. And we talked about going to a couple of places, but we ended up landing on KRT. And KRT there's the bats you kill, like in the tunnel there. And as we're running out there, I'm like, hey, I'm pretty sure the worms are better than this. And everybody's like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, you fight 2 worms at the bottom of the mouth of the tunnel, and there's some bats, you fight worms and bats. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure if you just go up through the tunnel, you guys know what the area I'm talking about? You go up through the tunnel in KRT, and there's a courtyard.
Right. That is a good area for if you're like silencing the worms and then just beating the living break off of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been out to that camp a few times.
We had a red mage in our stack.
Okay.
So I just talked them into trying the worms up above. I said, let's go to the mouth of the cave, let's go up there. So we get up there and we're fighting, and one of the first thing that happens is we get aggroed by a sapling called something cherry. And I'm just like, listen, guys, I've been to this camp like 3 or 4 times since I've been on Horizon for like multiple hours at a clip. And saplings here have never aggroed. I'm not really sure what's going on. And they're like, oh, I don't know, man, LOL, let's kill it. And we killed it because it was like right at our level range. So we're fighting more worms. And then I had another revelation. I'm sitting there, I'm like, guys, I don't think we're at the right camp. I think we got to go around the wall to the area where the worms are over there. And they're like, okay, you go check it. And I'm like, okay, I'll go check it. So we're killing some more mobs, and then I'm like, okay, because I'm the bard, right? I'm the bard. I'm like, my buffs are up.
Mhm.
I'm like, I can throw sneak and invis on myself. They're doing fine. I'm gonna run around the corner, and I'm gonna go check and see if this other, if I'm right about where the like majority of the worms are. I get over there, and there's worms, but there's also more of these saplings named something cherry. I don't clock it. I come back around and I rejoin the party. I'm like, hey guys, it's all good over there. Just in time for our party. All right, I'm gonna set the stage a little bit. We're fighting worms. There's also beetles, same level. There's also these cherry saplings that are kind of wandering around. And so it is a dense camp, but we're doing fine. We set up a skill chain. Our whole group has been skill chain and magic burst with a black mage magic bursting. It's just how we set up our static. We wanted it to be, we thought that it was the most versatile thing. The black mage bursts with a gospel instead of a single target. And hits aggro's links. Mind you, we've already lost 2 of our total 6 deaths prior to that date. And now the whole world is coming for our black mage to kill him. And
you just let him die at that point. That's a you fucked up situation, right?
If someone were used to playing hardcore,
gotta
I'm
learn
sure they
today.
would have. I'm sure they would have just eaten that L. And then, your lonely bard decided I'm going to sleep this beetle and run. And so I lullabied the beetle. And they were like, use your warp scroll, use your warp scroll. I start using my warp scroll. It doesn't get off in time. I get killed. Eric, who's the black mage, gets killed. So we lost 2 of our 4 remaining deaths that day. And the other dudes were like, all right, guys, I think it's just we're just gonna do the deed. And the other 2 went out and pulled a bunch of aggro somewhere, like Pashao or something like that, and sacrificed their hardcores. So we got a bunch of server messages all within like 5 minutes of each other, and it was like Sailor Neptune, Tuxedo Mask, da 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 da, has died and lost their hardcore status, and I don't know, we just kind of went out. It was time.
Okay. You actually didn't have a server message. I was out.
I
At
didn't.
That point in time.
I was
And
anon.
I saw the messages start hitting, so I started hitting them up like F, giving throw F to pay respects. So I started giving them Fs on there, but I was waiting. I didn't see yours at all. So I pull up your stream and I'm like, what the hell happened? Why was that?
It turns out if you're anon, it ruins your hardcore message. You do not get it.
Noted.
Yeah.
Noted.
2 months.
What?
2 months on Sailor Neptune. I finally.
You were anon because you were on Bard, right?
Yes.
And you didn't want people hitting.
I was tired of invites.
Oh, look at me! First world problems. I play Bard. I'm tired of everybody loving me.
You try Bard. Everybody loves you.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So yeah, it was kind of a long-winded story, but it was a big, like, the whole community kind of rallied around this test in a way that I didn't expect to happen. So it was fun to see it kind of run its course.
It sucks, but it sounds like it happened at the right time.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to whatever they make. I have some opinions on how long it should be. I think that you're going to have to fight this attrition problem with most ways you would build this system. But my suggestion was a seasonal system where, you get to level 50 or 60, you beat the Shadow Lord or whatever, and then you unlock a cosmetic for that season for your main character is my general point of view. But we'll see what they decide to do. I think the concept, and I'm going to leave this here, finish this here. The concept of group Iron Man as like, you all go, you do your things, and then you come back together, you give each other items because you raised one skill and they didn't. You raised one craft and they didn't. Or you went and camped an NM so your bard could have a specific item or whatever. Is so satisfying and so interesting and so cool that I would hate to see this not produce some kind of game mode for people to get together with their friends and do. It was a lot of fun.
I love the idea that you were talking about, or I love the idea of the Iron Man. It comes back to D&D, in my opinion. You have 6 people trying to schedule their real life around being able to do everything together, and if one's missing, you can't do that. So if there was a way to be able to
support
repair, help, support, whatever it may be, I think that could be a huge benefit to it. Because just like in D&D, we're probably 2 years into our D&D sessions that we've been doing for Final Fantasy 11, and we're 3 episodes out, and we probably have gotten 2 in the last 4 months.
That's a me problem, not a us problem. But yes,
there's 6 people's lives. There's 6 people's lives.
We'll occasionally go 2 months or whatever without a session, right? Because anyway. Um,
Yeah.
So that's, and I don't want to say too much about what I've been up to in terms of Horizon. People can stop by the streams or whatever and see that I'm still tinkering away at Summoner 75. So, just doing the same old casual kind of content in the meantime. A little bit of H&Ms here and there.
You learned
LTL.
suck with Carbuncle yet?
We missed it the last episode.
I didn't check the menu. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, well,
LTL, will you ever Iron Man with me?
no.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, I'm going to get over to Tum myself. I'm going to talk about what I've been up to. No Iron Man or anything like that. I have been doing some Battlefield 6 betas lately. I have accomplished all of my previous October for the Children's Miracle Network. I've knocked everything out. I got all 3 of my 8-hour claiming streams done. And the last thing I need to do is a 12-hour satisfactory stream. I think I brought it up last episode. My Relic +1 is completely finished. I've been working on my AF +1. I am 25 of 75 on that, and I have a decent amount of the pieces. So I'm probably getting +1, probably 2 or 3 a week, depending on ABC prices and what has been dropping. Shout out to 50 FIDI out there. He runs on Thursday nights, and I just go up there, and I've been paying him for whatever drops I don't have. So shout out to him and his group. I had somebody come by and be like, "Hey, DA, after you finish all your Relic +1 and all your AF +1, you should go ahead and get all the weapon skills as well." And my first reaction was like, "Man, fuck you! I don't want to skill everything, get it blue, and then go pick up a weapon and go 300 points on every one of those, and then go fight an NM and unblock it." And I am now one NM off of finishing that as well. I have done all of them. I had a span of marksmanship. I was going down the list, and marksmanship was next. I was like, all right, marksmanship. Pick up a crossbow, lowest delay I could find, because I needed to skill it up. To be able to get the crossbow for the trial, you need a skill of marksmanship of 250. My skill was 30.
Oh,
so
gross.
I needed to get...
Skilling up marksmanship is gross.
Oh, dude, I sat there 4 hours and I went through a lot of bolts. I started I think I went to Quiffum first, and then I went to, Altep Desert, and then I went to Kufdal, and then Boyata Tree. And by the time I hit Boyata Tree, as soon as I hit that 250, went and picked up the weapon, came back, and knocked it out. So the only thing I have left, technically, I got to do the sword NM, and then I have staff, and my staff is at 190. I need to get it to, I think, 230 to 250, somewhere between there, and then I can knock that out, and I'll have every weapon.
Bro, go kill Jormy and get that Mercurial pull. That shit makes it so bad.
I got one.
We're skilling up, right?
Yeah.
I got one the other day, LTL. I spent my DKP on one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was how I skilled up my staff. It was like just had it out randomly, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like, oh shit, just like keep hitting like multi hits, like your skill just flies.
Is it Rare EX or can you trade?
Yeah, no,
it's Rare EX.
It's Rare EX, and it's
so
Jormungand only.
There's what the Greatsword one that is not Rare EX?
Mercurial is fished. So is the dagger.
Oh.
Mercurial Crease and Mercurial Sword, I think. Yeah, those are from the inside the belly. But Savage Blade, I need that one as well. Let me go out and break mine, because you got to do Savage Blade. You got to do all the towers for Altepa Desert. You know, the colored towers that you have to go lower in order to open the gate.
Oh yeah, I do have to do that. I guess that's probably.
Yeah.
I literally finished the weapon skill on it in a merit party. They were like, "Can we bring your war?" I was like, "If I get to use sword weapon skills," they're like, "I hate you, but come on out."
If
why don't you just put out a call in this podcast to have somebody like who's got a character logged out behind the gate come help and just open the gate for you?
I wonder if people do that.
There's got to be somebody who has that. I know somebody who used to have that. I don't think he plays anymore, but
yeah,
I bet that there's got to be somebody who has a character there.
I might just sit on it until ready to rock and roll on it. But
also, I was going to say, if you're not in a hurry to get it done, let me go do mine, and then at least we got 2 out of the 2 people. It's way quicker or way more easy than trying to do solo.
True. You have to get your 300 points and then ready to rock and roll. So I'm ready to bring anything out there and be able to open for you continuously. And once you're ready to rock, we'll go, because I can't start my staff until.
Until you finish your sword.
I've heard it. Yeah, I can't start my staff until I finish my sword. But remember, I do have to get another 70 skill on it, and it's a staff, and I don't have a multi-hit staff, so it's going to be like Earth staff.
But dude, at least it's not
Ugh.
marksmanship where you gotta freaking press ranged attack every time you want to hit something, right? You can just AFK a little bit.
I'm
Yeah,
I
I'm
went
just
out to
saying, like, marksmanship is
the
just so
magic
aggravating.
burst crabs in El Tep, right by the outpost.
Yeah.
That's where I went out, and I just went on my 75 thief, put on full evasion gear, and hit the macro, and it did like 9 attacks. And then by the time that was done, I did the macro again. I was watching some the league because football season's coming around down the pipes, ready to rock and roll.
I just watched that again too recently.
Dude, it's so good, man.
I love that show. Yeah.
Rafi Bomb.
Sword forever unclean.
Dude, I love that show so much. There's so many references I can't say because that will immediately ruin the episode, and Quetch will have to edit that out. But
I
yeah,
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, good.
Right.
So I'm down to just the sworded M and the staff, and once the staff is done, I'll have every weapon skill ready to rock and roll. So that literally was put in my chat as a joke. Somebody was like, "You should go get it," and I was like, "Ha ha." A month later, here I am, wrapping that up. I've been going Black Mage to Dynamis lately. I've been enjoying that. I've been working on kind of a set and getting that updated. I'm not what I consider amazing yet, but I am a solid Black Mage. That has been a lot of fun. I'm using that as my, literally, I run Dynamis only twice a week because I'm not a fucking psychopath like some of the people out in the server right now running it 6 times a week. But I run it twice a week. I use that money to sell the currency. And then I use that money to buy the AF pieces that are the AF +1s from Limbus items. And lastly, what time is it? It is 9 o'clock. As of 6 hours ago, the level 69 level sync hardcore has beaten Matt.
Oh, you won!
I won the fight as of today, beat Matt, and I flexed on him a little bit with my little Taru. The Matt fight for White Mage is easy. All you have to do is survive. So once you land a silence, he can't holy your ass, and then you just run like a little bitch the entire time. I went up there, and then I realized the first thing you need to do is not cast silence. You need to cast a Gauss spell because he puts blink up, and if you try to sit there and silence him, you're gonna be hitting that blink for a hot minute. He's gonna be lighting you up. So I went up there and ready to go, and I did not get a single Gauss spell on my White Mage because I was always afraid of accidentally casting it, pulling hate, and dying. So I never got a Gauss spell on my White Mage. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So I hit it with a Dia 2, Dia 1, Paralyze, and then I threw a silence. And right as I'm getting ready to throw the silence, he silences me. And I start freaking the fuck out. I take off running or whatever, and he's chasing me down. This old man that should need a cane, but he's running after me. I finally hit him with the silence. And then I get a Paralyze on him, a Slow on him. I hit a Divine Seal Regen 3 on myself. And I'm like, all right, we got this. I start kiting, and I'm running around the circle, kiting. And then at one point, I was like, I want to flex on him. I want to flex because, I mean, this is the one time. So I pull out a chair. I do sit chair, and he's swinging at me, and I'm just sitting in the chair as a Taru, rocking back and forth. And then I did it for like 2 seconds. And then I immediately hopped down and said, if he fists me one time, I'm fucked. I have a max HP of like 500, 600 on there. And I hopped down. Man. Dude, I had to flex on it because this is my 3rd time fighting Matt on a White Mage. I have 2 75s and now a 69, but I am no longer restricted or held back. I can start taking level sync to 75. So I'm really looking forward to being able to finally accomplish that at some point in time. We usually XP on Mondays and Thursdays, but tonight that is occupied with our recording. But that's kind of what I've been up to. Just doing monotonous stuff. Nothing really advancing my character besides the hardcore. And it's been real chill.
Dude,
really relaxing.
I popped in your last 6-hour clamming stream, and I was like, 8 hours.
8 hours. Yeah, 3 of them.
And I was like, DA, how's the guild making going? And you're like, it ain't great.
It's not. We'll get to that because we have some things. This has all been what you've been up to. This is the longest one you've been up to ever because we've just been bantering. We haven't seen each other for 2 months. You know, we're doing these episodes still, even though it's been 2 months since our last episode. We're still doing them faster than our updates that we're getting. We're getting
that's debatable, reports, I think, but yeah,
we're getting quarterly reports. Our last episode was about the quarterly report.
We got an update. We got a new NM.
Speaking of new NM, that's exactly what we're about to talk about. Have any of you, or either of you, punched that new NM in the face, or have been punched in the face?
I would be surprised if LTL knows what it is.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, there's a new NM. There's a little screenshot that came out, and this new NM. If you remember, near the Craigs, Dem, Hala, Mia, there's the underground goblin that you trade shit to, and then you slowly bring him up to the surface, and then he pops out, and
Remember
he can
doing that
be
on
level.
retail? Yeah,
Yeah, he could be like level like 20, but he can also be like 75. There's
sure.
like they implemented a version of that, but a Horizon version of that one on this server, and it is chaotic. Do you know anything about it, Quetch, or have you fought it yet?
So,
We'll try and dive a little more into it.
well, I will tell the story of the first night we both gave it a try. Um, uh, uh, so basically, it launched, and I was reading up on what people were saying in my like link shell, like Discord and stuff like that, and was like, I was on your stream. I was hanging out. I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure like this NM is like I kind of know what to do. And you're like really? You're like, well, we're actually gonna be ending. I forget what you were up to that day. You're like, we're gonna be. It might have been hardcore or something.
Randomness, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be ending this soon. Like, you're like, you want to head out there? I'm like, honestly, I got some time. We could go. All we got to do is try trading at items and seeing what happens. And you're like, yeah, you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's just out of the crags. And so, like, you grabbed a couple people or whatever, and then we started like trading items to try to pop the thing. And like other people started showing up, and slowly but surely we had like, I don't know. By the time I left, it was like maybe 14 people or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we didn't get it as a pop while I was there. But we did notice there were like the message that it gives you the longer we went seemed to have like more exclamation points and seemed to be like it's getting closer to the surface. And then I know you guys had some luck, let's call it, after I had went to bed.
We screwed up a few times because apparently after a certain amount of trades, it moves its location around the Craig. It moved its location.
Right.
We thought it was gone. So we teleported to a different Craig and we found it again. And we're like, okay, it's moving between Craigs, between zones. That's pretty cool. That's not the case. So all the progress we made on the original Mia was
right.
gone because we started doing the progress at Dim. We did a little bit at Hala. And then we eventually compared Hala when we found out it was I went back to Mia, I checked it, it was still at Mia. Okay, there's 3 separate ones. Which was furthest along? We found out the Dim was furthest along. We went to Dim and we're like, let's go ahead and try to pop this. Let's try to force some things. And somebody traded it like a antidote, and it was like, oh no. And it seemed like it barely moved because it takes like 10 trades for it to move up one level. There's 8 levels, so it's 80 trades, and you can only do one every game day.
Each person can do a one trade, one game day. So you need like either 8 people over 10 game days, or however you want to work that out.
10 hours. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let me try and give it something a little more, little more umph. So Spin gave it a stack of Oxblood. Which there's 13k a pop, and he gave him 12. So he gave him a stack, didn't really move. So I was like, let me try a piece of gear. So I gave it my destroyers, and it seemed to make the same progress. Not really anything special. But eventually, since we're streaming it, more people are coming in. We're finding the NM. We had the conversations going, the debates. It was running around. We eventually had like 20 people out there, 20, 25. We had a full alliance, and we had people on the outside.
Alliance plus
trading like
people
crazy.
outside trading, right?
Yeah, and it was massive. At one point there was like 4 or 5 devs that were all sitting on their go-boos just like watching, and the new day hit. All the people out there traded something. It didn't pop. I was like, you know what? I've got a hardcore character that can trade something. So I logged in Level Sync and I ran it over there, and I'm like, this is a new NM. It's Stone Skin Blink. I'll be all right. And I traded something. It didn't pop. Later, I found out one of the devs, I think it was like Hookster or somebody, was like, we can't believe you fucking did that on your hardcore character. And now that we fought it, we know why. Because I logged in back on my character, somebody had actually popped it. Full Alliance, ready to fight. It has exclamation points like procs, like from what Abyssy was.
White proc, blue proc, red proc, whatever above the head.
Correct. So if you proc it, there was white procs going left, and right. The white proc was basically, I call it the fuck you, because if you proc it white, it instant kills whoever procced it white. We come to find out probably, I'd say 30% of its HP through. The only people that can engage it without proccing white was the original 6.
Even if you're in an alliance.
We're in an 18-man alliance. There was a 6-man party. Those are the only people that were not proccing a white. So if I healed the tank, even though they're in my alliance, white proc, drag in, 1 shot, dead, gone. And so we called it the fuck you proc. If you did something to get on that hate list and you were not in their original 6-man, you were dead. There was a red proc and a blue proc. I believe the blue proc was a magic burst, and a red proc was like a weapon skill. And eventually, I mean, they wore it down to like 15-20%. It used Goblin dice, benediction, went right back up to 100. And the 6-man group kept just wheeling and dealing, working their way. And every now and then we'd sacrifice ourselves. We'd see them struggling. So I'd get unweakened. I'd cast a cure 5. It'd draw me in, kill me. Res, go sit off to the side again. It was pretty chaos. I'm not a fan of it requiring 80 trades to pop the NM, but only a 6-man group can do it. But it was a fun experience, and it drops, from what we know, 2 cosmetics. I would love to see something else besides a cosmetic, but it was there's 2 cosmetics. There is a if you probably now in post production be able to pull up the pictures.
I'll put it up for the people listening. There was the shirt with the Goblin image on it. It is actually from retail.
Yellow.
Yes, so the yellow shirt with the black silhouette of a goblin. For anybody who might be familiar with that from retail, it basically looks like the other colored shirts you've seen on Horizon, but a goblin silhouette. So that's the one item.
And then the other one is a Spelunker's hat.
The hat with the with like the miner's light on it. Miner's hat. It's orange, I believe, and it's got the like light in the front. Yeah,
it's a Spelunker
somebody
hat.
going cave diving or whatever.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it really dropped anything else. But there was another proc apparently that did not get procced. It was the yellow/green one, because it all depends on your settings. I never saw that proc the entire fight. Now, it could have happened since then, but I haven't seen any updates on the wiki. I do have the wiki page. I'll be able to kind of put it in our chat so we can actually link it. But those are the only 2 cosmetics that I've seen. Sounds like a fun fight. It's a 6-man group. I would recommend personally, I think they made some adjustments on it from feedback. I don't know what those adjustments are, but it sounds like it's one of those where when you have a 6-man group and you're kind of looking for it every now and then, you hit all 3 tellies, you find the question marks. If any of them's close to the surface, at that point in time, you push for it. If it's not, you ignore it.
I think that ultimately, whether the design is great or not, I think the fact that it's strangely a community NM in that respect, because people go over time will throw something at it, and then eventually you're with your 6-man group like, hey, let's go check. You check, it's close, your party pops it, you get to fight. Like, it definitely engages more than just 6 players in the process, which I think is cool. Again, maybe it could be improved in some way. You mentioned earlier you're not a fan of the 80 items. I'm not even sure what would be perfect necessarily, but the one update I am aware of is Beastie had improved the messaging. I don't know how either myself, but apparently the messaging was too vague, and so they had that was because he had actually asked for feedback in I believe it was the master chat channel of the Horizon Discord, which is where when you have a 75 job, you can get access to the master chat channel, and it was like, hey, what did you guys think? What feedback? And it was like, the messaging wasn't great. So I know I haven't been back since then. I don't think you have been back since then. But supposedly it's more clear on if it's closer to the surface, how strong it is, whatever the mechanics are clearer now.
There were 2 main indicators. One was the level of in depth that it was at. Remember, I said 10 trades. Basically, for every level, there's 8 levels. That's why we assumed about 80 trades. The second messaging was exclamation points. And the exclamation, we were led to believe that it was how difficult the NM is going to be. But we didn't see a way of being able to manipulate or change that. It seems like once it hits 15, it's ready to rock and roll, and it's close to the surface. But hopefully, when the messaging is changed, if you know what the actual differences is, please explain it at the comment
Post
section
down below,
because I didn't see it too much on the actual Horizon wiki page. I'd love to have more education on it. But yeah, what do you think about the procs in NM like that? LTL with it's a Horizon Plus version of that original NM you used to pop on retail side of things. Does it sound like something you'd engage with?
I like you kind of didn't. I feel like 80 trades is insane. But I mean, I guess if you're in the same group and you're doing it every once in a while and then eventually you get it, that's cool. Especially because it's just cosmetic, so it's not like something you need to do. You just kind of do it whenever. Like, that's kind of neat. I am having flashbacks though with the procs of collecting things for my fucking what is it? My relic, not my relic, my
MP armor.
Ionic MP, my MP. Oh fuck,
Dude, the
Green,
seals or whatever, you got a yellow proc to get a seal for your leg slot or whatever it is like that.
Oh
Oh
no.
With the red.
Right, I'm talking about like when you're
building
killing,
your MP weapon.
yeah, like when
You gotta get
you can go through all the steps and not even get a single claw or whatever,
Yeah.
and then the worst part is that so you do all of that for your MP weapon, but if you want to pop shit like higher level in Escher Ruan, you have to use those items that they drop as well to pop those things. And if they're not for sale, you have to go farm them, and that's just a kick in the nuts. And the most you can ever get in the drop is 2. Which
the
is terrible.
first like 10 minutes of that NM fight, we were trying to proc white. We didn't know how we were procking white. We just were trying,
funny.
and random people we used to were getting pulled in and one shot, and eventually figured out, oh, if you're not in the main party, that's what's one shotting you. So we were like, let's not try to proc that white anymore. It was very chaotic, and thank God for the 6-man group that was designated the allowed group to be able to kill it. That group had a tank, a paladin that was incredibly geared, because if that hadn't happened, if it was say like a party of 5 black mages, that wouldn't have been that we would have fully wiped. Everyone would be dead out there. He'd run around and just clap people left and right.
I do have a really positive thing to say about this NM, given that right now it's just cosmetics. If in the future they were to decide to say, okay, if when the NM is popped at its most difficult level, there is some kind of good drop, let's say I don't know, it's a goblin, let's say some kind of earring, I don't know, let's pick an item that is actually desirable for whatever, for a tank, for a DPS, whatever. The thing about the NM's design is it's unlike H&M's, where it's like just bring as many people as you can to one camp spot and camp the thing, and eventually you'll be the one who gets it. I mean, I guess you could kind of force the system by people waiting around for hours at a time in order to trade items to get it to pop. But it's like you have to be you have to have a mind of checking the spot to see how far along it is. Like, you have to be wanting it. You have to be wanting to track its progress and then report that to some people you know. It's like, in a weird way, the system really builds between players in a way that isn't standard to any of the rarer drops. It drops in a BCNM. I will farm seals. I will go do the BCNM. I will get lucky, or I won't for the drop. Or H&Ms, where it's like the more people, the more chance of claim shield we have. It's sort of like, it's different to those things in a way that is interesting to me. And, I think personally, at the end of the day, I think it's I think they're just testing the proc mechanics for future Horizon NMs, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting
note,
on those grounds. And that was a side note.
Yeah, side note, you're speaking about proc mechanics. I got showed a little GIF or video of an NM on retail that it casts escape on it, and whoever has hate at that time of that person. So if you're fighting the mob, it'll hit you with an escape.
Is it the worm tail? Is it the spike flail from the worms?
I'll send you the GIF on it, because it was the only NM that actually, like, on retail, that'll cast. It's not escape. It's like not banish. It's some kind of specific spell. It takes 5 seconds to cast. Cannot be stunned with normal stun mechanics like a black mage. It has to be shield bash or weapon bash to be able to be interrupted. And it casts on whoever the tank is, and it escapes them to the outside of the castle in.
Have you heard of this LTL? Outside of the castle in Zarkabar?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was so cool that I was like, that would be so trolly to just have an NM that you implement at one point that'll randomly pick somebody and say, D2, and warps that son of a bitch out. So, and I would love for it to be like a random person, not necessarily the tank, because if it's like every 25%, you could just throw hate on the thief and kick him the fuck out.
Kick him out, yeah.
You know?
I will say, so I know you want to move on to the next section of the podcast because we have a lot more to go on here, but I will say they did implement, there was this whole, it's called DI in retail. It's these dragons that you go to. There's like one in Eshka, this or that, and they spawn on a rotation. I forget what the points were used for, but anyway, they actually added to those, if you forced a spike flail, or if you got spike flailed by it, you got D2'd, because people were just forcing spike flail, and it's like content that anybody can go into and fight when it's up. It's not group content, it's like server content. So people were forcing spike flails, and they were killing newbies. So the newbies were having a bad experience. So what they did was whoever caused the spike flail would get D2'd instead. And that is currently in retail a thing that happens.
That wouldn't be something bad to be able to kind of look into. It looks like it'd
Yeah.
be annoying. It piss a lot of people off, but it would be funny as hell to see.
So it's a quest called Better the Demon You Know.
Sounds
Um,
right.
you speak to Kobla Kick to begin the quest. Head to Castle's Val, fight blood demons and demon generals until you obtain a demon pen. Trade the demon pen to Kobla Kick. Wait 1 Earth minute, then speak to him again. Return to Castle's Val and check the question marks behind the gate where Darkspark spawns to spawn Marquise and Drealphus. Demon Banneret ×2 and Demon Secretary ×2. Any demons nearby will link. Only Marquise Andrealphus needs to be killed to proceed. After defeating him, any additional spawn demons will immediately die. Demon Bannerets and the Demon Secretaries can be slept. Marquise Andrealphus has the ability to escape whoever has hate out of the castle and back into Zarkabar. He will not be able to cast escape if there is only one party member left in the zone
Oh,
or
great.
if you are soloing him.
How kind of them.
So then you examine the question mark again after you kill him to obtain
The Goblin
Zelo
grenade.
Zox earplug, which is a key item for the quest.
Yeah, the reward is up top.
put
It's the Goblin grenade is your ultimate
I
reward.
put the video of it. The GIF, I put it in our host chat, so you can take a look. You
I'll
can even show
play it
that
on screen.
But I thought it was an incredible mechanic. I literally, when I got sent that, I was like, number one, do not implement this on everything. It has to be a very unique situation, once in a blue moon, but it is funny as hell. So I wanted to bring that up. We're kind of getting sidetracked on NMs and such like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the cool thing about it, and I don't want to like spend too much time about it, is that like he escapes you, but like the fight takes place right by Darkspark, so you could be back in 25 seconds.
That's fun, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the quickest run back that there could be in that place. So while inconvenient, certainly not game breaking.
But yeah, next up on the list, we got the Sunbreeze Festival, which is, I think it's a rinse and repeat of last year's Sunbreeze Festival.
As far as
I
I
don't
know,
think
yeah.
anything has been implemented differently. We got the goldfish, you got the Mandy bopping, you got the
NM.
betting everything on the betting everything on the races, and then obviously the NM. I want to say the race thing, by the way, is one of the most frustrating things for a lot of people because it takes forever for the race to occur, finish, and then restart, and you have to win 2 to be able to get like your claiming gear or the +1 claiming gear on there. I'll be honest with you, this year, since I already had everything, obviously on the Clampion and myself, I went out, I went up, I bet 10K on the bird, the little baby chocobo. It won the race, and I said, "That's it, I'm out." I doubled my money, and I quit. And I walked away. I'm practicing for Vegas.
Hell yeah, dude.
the-
I'm not a gambler
right
myself either. I'll put $50 on something maybe, and then if I win or lose, that's it.
Let me go ahead and emphasize before we get into the actual NM. I want to say for anybody that's interested in claiming, which you shouldn't be, it's very bad money. The claiming gear is not required or needed to go claiming. If you do not have the claiming gear, you get about 50K an hour. And you can post in the comments all you want. You don't know what you're talking about. I've gotten as high as blah, blah, blah. I literally, we talked about me having 8-hour streams, 3 of them up there, and I've calculated the value of all of them, as well as 24-hour streams in the past. I was claiming before claiming was cool, so shut up.
We have documented proof.
It is 50K an hour. If you get the gear, it's like 55K an hour. It is not much of a difference. It is not worth the time, the stress of those races or any of the stuff involved. You don't have to have the claiming gear to clam. So I just want to put your mind at ease on that. Feel free to get it. It's perfectly fine. But there is one piece that you do, I would say, almost need for this event, and I would highly recommend being able to get it. It is the teleport body. The teleport body is once every, if I'm not mistaken, 20 hours.
Yeah.
Once every 20 hours, and it teleports you directly to that dock where the claiming is located. And you think, wow, that would get me claiming really quickly. Yeah, that's a bonus. The main reason for that teleport body is to go to the merit camp there. The merit party set up at the very south beach with the birds and the pugs. That is a great camp to be able to just XP on or get your merits in. And that is kind of a make or break body piece. You'll have 5 people in the group say, "We have the body," and one guy's like, "I don't," and then either A, you change to a different camp because of that one person who doesn't have the teleport body, or B, everybody gets out there and tries to low man it until that person takes the boat, hits the outpost, takes the long boat, runs the length of the island, and gets to that merit camp. Quetch, you know how to get that merit body? I mean that body piece? You mentioned it.
If I recall, that was the NM. But I do want to, before we jump into the NM and that, I do want to specify, because I've described this body piece as the most important seasonal piece in the game, with the second being the warp scythe, or not scythe, what are you, trident from the Halloween event. And I just want to point out something that is not
Staff,
immediately.
isn't it?
Hmm?
It's a staff, isn't it?
Yeah, but
it's not a trident.
I mean, I don't know what the weapon type is, to be honest with you, but it's shaped like
It's a bat.
it's a
pitchfork.
It's a pitchfork. Yeah, thank you.
It
Yeah,
is.
The
Oh,
pitchfork
I don't have it.
is a pole arm.
Oh, you're missing it?
Oh, no
It's a
shit.
free warp
Okay.
every 24
No,
hours,
I
my
got-
guy.
Yeah, I never got it. My bad.
Okay. It's really good. I'll remind you when the Halloween
I
event
know.
comes
I
around.
know. All the hardcore people talk about it and make fun of me for not having it.
Yeah. I would too. But I don't do a lot of hardcore, so I don't really have any skin in that game. So for 3 reasons. One is it's very useful to have as a merit option. 2, clamming is for those people who are listening and they want to be doing clamming, you should just get this body to get out there more easily. If you feel like clamming one day, I mean, DA discussed what his feelings are about whether it's good or not. If you feel like doing it for a few hours, you have the body, you can get right out there, you can get to it.
It's a great way to pass time while seeking a party. If you're
There you
seeking a
go.
party, you can put up your flag, hit the body piece, and go out there and just clam
Yeah.
until you get one.
If
It
you-
makes it very easy to be able to do some side stuff.
If you are the type of player who has a limited time because you got obligations or whatever, and you just want to make some gil when you log in while you're LFP, get that body, go out, do some clamming as you get your gil reserves. There's actually a third thing that I think makes it very important for a lot more players than is immediately obvious. COP missions
COP.
occasionally have
Oh,
you go
yeah.
out to Porgonorgo. And if you can save yourself that headache by just going out there one time, having a little bit of fun doing the events, get this body piece, you've got, again, in my opinion, the most useful event item for those reasons. So
I agree.
I just wanted to point that out because some people might not be as far along in COP, and that might be something useful that could be useful for them, like immediately almost. So
Yeah, this isn't something you can get yearly. This is the event that you can get the
Yeah.
body piece, so you're going to have to wait an entire year for it to come back around. LTL, did you ever get that body piece?
Hmm.
You remember how you got that body piece? How was that experience?
Fighting Midgard Stormer.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I mean, I remember. I don't remember who I was there with. But like, yeah, I died a bunch. I remember, or almost died, or something. Like, I remember it being really difficult because that guy just drops bombs, doesn't he?
I think he casts death on things as well. He
Yeah,
just
I don't
whacks
remember
people left and
exactly.
right.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it went. I just know that it was a trial / tribulation to get that thing dead, and I was glad when it was over.
Pet chops.
But then, yeah, it was. To Quetch's point, I think that the using it for those COP missions is absolutely clutch. Absolutely. If there's anybody listening who doesn't already have it, and you don't have like C access or COP done, I would highly recommend getting it to do that.
So the
I mean, even though
TLDR.
it's like,
Okay.
let's say even though it's only once every couple
20 hours.
dozen quests or whatever that you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to go out there, that time that you save just for that is 100% worth it.
Yeah, the TLDR is there's an NM running around. It takes only 1 damage from all attacks, if I remember correctly. Is that true, or am I thinking of something else?
Oh, I have no idea. There were
It's
so many
slow.
people there when I went and helped with it this year, and
Right.
it was laggy as all get out.
Yeah. Get out there. If you're a hardcore, tag it, run away, go sit at the docks till it dies. I don't know. But in general, you're going to chase this thing around the whole place, and you're going to try to deal as much damage as you can. And then when it dies, I forget if it just goes into your inventory or if you have the wiki page pulled
Gotta
up.
talk. I don't have the wiki page pulled up, but I'm pretty sure you need to. Once it dies, you talk to one of the people on the beach near the at the front end, and they'll give you your body piece that you need for the warping. Put it. By the way, again, it's not a -1 inventory slot. Put it in a mock wardrobe 8
Mock
to
wardrobe
save you some hassle.
Right.
So
Yeah.
once it's in 8, you can use it at any point in time. But that is it's almost a required piece. I would highly recommend being able to pick that up. The only problem with it now is it's been out a few weeks. A lot of people who wanted it and needed it have already gotten it. You might have a limited supply of people that are actually willing to go out there. So hopefully after this episode comes out, we've educated enough people where you can do a shout and be able to get a crew out there. Highly recommend going out with pet jobs as well. Beastmasters, summoners, etc., and just throw them on there and pray, because that we had 60, 70 people hitting ours, and by the time it was done, there were probably 15, 20 dead bodies on the ground. Do not go up and smack that, especially if you're a hardcore character. You're going to get clapped, and there's a lot of lag. I think it's loosened up now with the amount of people that are out doing the event, but get the body piece, period.
Agreed.
Cool. And yeah, nothing new with the goldfish scooping or anything that I'm aware of. If so, please throw it in the comments. But the body piece is all that is huge to be able to point out for that.
The only thing I will say about the scooping thing is if you've seen people fishing and instead of casting a rod, they're on the boat or whatever, and they're like scooping in the water with a scoop. That's because you can lock style the scoop over a fishing pole. So if you want to do that, get out there and get some scoops.
That actually sounds kind of fun. Next up on the list, we have something that I didn't do because it wasn't enough for me to give money. But it is the Final Fantasy XIV raid. Part 2 came out on here, and I got excited when I saw the big old screenshot of Sandoria.
Yeah, dude.
Tell me about it. I just watched a little bit of the stream. Yeah.
You popped in for a little bit of the stream. Hello, friends. Quetch from the future here. I just wanted to take a moment and say that for those of you who are avoiding the Final Fantasy XIV raid spoilers, it is 2 weeks since it happened, but I do want to give a heads up to anybody who might still be wanting to do this on their own, that if you jump just 4 minutes ahead, you'll be past any of the spoilery talk and just into sort of generic Final Fantasy XIV, and 11 like cool crossoverly things instead. So that's 4 minutes from right now. All right, bye. LTL, have you been following it at all? I don't think you've done it.
Yeah, I've seen. No, I haven't done it, but I've seen Kieran and Camel Nuts and
El Nacho.
People that you fight. Yeah. I've seen all
Camel Nuts and El Nacho.
Yeah, El Nacho.
I want you to know that naming convention. My experience with that naming convention is from Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia. It's like it was like a phone game that was out. It was one of the best Final Fantasies, especially from phone games. But the community there didn't know our 11 characters very well, so they had called Camel Nuts and El Narsh El Nacho. For any Defu fans out there, I see you, I hear you. I'm sad it's over. So Sandoria, gorgeous. You start off in Sandoria, you go through Onfar to Kirin to Qufim. Qufim is really nice. It's very tiny. You're in this little spot, and it's like picked like the front of Qufim right outside of Delkfoot's tower. We actually had some conversation on stream about this prior because we had a screenshot and it was like snowy and ice. So my brain, where would your brain jump to? Where would you guys' brains jump to if you see snowy and ice in Final Fantasy XI?
Oh, for me, it's either Zarkabard, Bosidine, or Qufim.
Right, and even Qufim is kind of a stretch for icy and snowy, right? Because if you look at the terrain, it's more like rocky, and like there's some flecks of snow. So so on stream we were like, oh, it's got to be Bosidine, right? It's like covered in snow. And we end up looking closer at the screenshot, and there's this I'll put it on the screen for those of you who are watching over YouTube. There's this one tree model that is like a stub of a tree, and then the broken other part of the tree are over on the other side. And if you look at that model that they had in that screenshot, and then you go to Qufim, you're like, oh, this broken tree is like freaking everywhere. And it was nowhere to be seen in Bosidine whatsoever. So we're like, enhance, dude, enhance. I'm telling you, we were like forensic scientists, like looking at this thing, trying to figure out again, because I don't personally, me and a lot of my chat did not associate like covered in a snowstorm with Qufim. And also like you would expect there was a big tower in the back, you would expect it would be Fayin. But we also went and we looked, and Delkfoot's tower, if you look at it in game, you use like the zoom out XI camera to zoom out, it's like intact. Like if you look at it, it's like, oh, this is a thing, it's made of cermet or whatever it is, and it's completely intact. When you got to fan and do the same thing, you're like, oh, the walls are crumbled. It's not even a tower. It's like this broken thing. And in the 14 crossover raid, you enter Delkfoot's, you go to the top and you fight the brothers. So I think they did a bang up job. And I'll put one more thing on screen for this 14 raid. I don't want to put too much because I think there's a lot out there. But I will put a comparison shot of the exact sequence of camera movements for when you fight Eldnarsh in 11. They used shot for shot, moment for moment, Eldnarsh being introduced in the 14 raid. He flies in, he sits on his chair, he's got his 2 pads up that he's going to be like controlling his big exoplates with. And you just fight this really sick fight where he uses his exoplates to do like AoE attacks in different directions. They absolutely did well by those of us who love 11 in this raid, with the nostalgia hits, with the scenery is just gorgeous. It was a really good time.
It sounds like they actually like gave a shit and didn't just use a nostalgia pull to be able to make something.
100%.
Yoshi P cares about 11. He wouldn't shit on it. He wouldn't do it half-assed. Just like
that sounds great.
all of the references in 14 that you have to 11 already, with what is it called? Animos, where you go in and you can in that area.
Eureka.
Eureka, sorry.
It's like Eureka Animos or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's like one of the zones. Yeah.
I couldn't remember it, but like, yeah, you can get like the Scorpion harness and Kirin's Osode and like the leaping boots and shit like that. Like, even back then, that was a very classy introduction of 11 stuff. But this one is like making people really like. I know this wasn't like on our list of things to talk about, but did you guys see that for retail there are now so many people playing that they shut down character transfers to Asura?
To Asura. Yeah, Asura's been closed off.
What? Like, holy crap. Like, is 11 actually getting like popular again? That's awesome.
Free Mog Bonanza weapons will do that.
Oh god.
Right in my veins.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Like, I logged in all of my characters to grab those.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I didn't choose anything yet, but I grabbed all of like the Mog coupons. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
we'll be getting something.
Yep, I picked up the one for Dancer, I think it was the Onion Sword, but I didn't pick up the other 2. I just left those off to the side. I was like, for future reference. But yeah, that'll fucking do it. When you get the raid, when you get something as popular as what Horizon has actually become or becoming, etc., the private server world, and then you also have free Mog Bonanza weapons, that's a recipe for, you know what? Got any more of that Veda deal?
Dude, like,
well, I mean,
even still, like, legitimately, like, 11's a great game to play. Like, there's so many games that are, like, inflating, like, the amount of in-app purchases you can make and things like this. We're just living in a world where, like, you pay a monthly fee, you enjoy the game, it's a great game, is, like, kind of rare.
It's true. And, I mean, to your point, DA, like, I mean, I think that a place like Horizon, which does it really, really well, isn't the kind of place that's going to attract those new players. Like, I think a lot of people who like cut their teeth on 14 would be way more appreciative of trust and the increased, like, how quickly you can like level up and that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like the quality of life stuff that's in retail now that doesn't exist on Horizon, for good reason. And I'm not saying that Horizon should have these things, saying that just the way that it exists on retail. I feel like a lot of that would probably resonate more with the typical 14 crowd. If there were people coming over from 14 that are masochistic, like, then yes, jump into Horizon, like, learn how it used to be played and really enjoy it that way.
I would agree with you on that. About 70-30, because I think I've had a few people swing by specifically on the stream saying, yeah, I'm a 14 player. I went and played 11, but I want what people talk about and when they fell in love with 11 situation. And that isn't the trust or the teleporting between the crystals or the books or the getting to 99 and 12 hours situation. So I've had a lot of people try. I've had a lot of people try the retail side of things and then say, you know what, I want to go and I want to interact with the game that made people fall in love with the game in the first place. So
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people say that, but I agree. 70% of the people, you nailed it. Exactly. It's convenience. It's not something I want to sink my teeth into. It's more of, I want to experience this. All right, cool. That's an easy experience. It's a rare 30% crowd that's like, let me dive into this a little bit more in depth.
Right.
So
And I think a
agree.
lot of that has to do with the fact that like retail now is infinitely soloable up to a point. Like obviously you can't do sortie by yourself. You can't really do what is it, Odyssey by yourself?
Both of those things, they're way worse as a solo with trust than they would be with any kind of group.
Absolutely. Yeah, you
Yep.
can't really do those things as a solo, but yeah, no, to your point, like people who want to see what it was, like Horizon does that better than any other server does. Like absolutely. Like there's no other server that I think kind of really encapsulates or like really makes you feel like it did back in the 75 era. There's some that come close, but I mean Horizon's pretty well nailed it with their own little flares and things that they like to add, which is good. Like the HE.
I agree.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm so excited whenever I see that the new 14 raid stuff
Yeah.
for 11. Like it's just, and you know, the paying the homage back to where it all originated. Like, you know, 14 flopped so bad when it first came out, like they needed to do a Realm Reborn. And the reason that they were able to do a Realm Reborn is because they poached the shit out of the 11 devs. They were like, hey, you're going to come work on this now. And they made it into a game that people actually wanted to play.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do a video on that subject. I think it's known within the 11 community because it affected us so hard, or those of us who were playing at that point in time. That led to the 1.0, and then like modern 14 players know about 1.0, but the majority have been playing since after that, since after 2.0 released. So it'd be an interesting story to tell, and I wonder how much information there is out there about the devs being moved over or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that somebody's given an interview or something, but I remember playing 1.0 very briefly, and it was such a clusterfuck. Like I had no idea what was going on. I'm like running around trying to figure shit. Like, what is this? What is a leave or a reeve? What the fuck is this?
The
What am
leaves.
I?
That
Yeah,
is a
leave.
motherfucking Taru. That is not a Lalafell. It's a
Right?
fucking Taru.
Oh, my 2 hours of playtime are up. I can't get any more EXP.
Right?
Taru
Oh
suck.
yeah. I didn't understand all of that, but yeah, they definitely they fixed it up with a Realm Reborn.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I'm glad they gave it the love that it felt like if 11 people are happy for the 14 raid to represent them, then they must have done something right. So
The
props to
Camelot
them.
fight,
I
excellent.
think 11 people are just so starved for anything new 11 that they would, they would freak out no matter what it was. I mean, luckily it's something that's done so faithful and beautifully.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it wasn't, I don't think that 11 folks would care that much. Like, it'd probably be like, oh, you could have probably done that better, but I'll still play it. I'll still check it out.
I think he's right.
I am right.
I think he's right too, and I never want to say that. Don't clip it.
Don't
Let's just continue. Let's just continue. Holy shit. Next
Don't
topic.
clip where DA says that LTL's right. Don't
I
do
didn't
that.
say that word for word. I just said he is right. That could be taken out of context. I made sure to word it that way. Okay.
What was
So
it?
next-
What was it exactly that you didn't say? What were
I
the
don't know what
words
you're
that you
talking
didn't
about.
say?
Next thing on our list, we actually have. We got a little thing coming down the pipes. We've had a few teasers of it recently. But if you haven't noticed on Twitch, we've had a newcomer to the streaming world of Final Fantasy XI. His name is Hugin, I believe. Hugin.
Eugene.
Eugene or Hugin or Hugin, whatever way you want to pronounce him. He's been actually live streaming recently, and he's been just kind of dicking around, playing around in the game. But one of the main reasons he hopped on there is because if you look on the left side of any of his VODs or his previous streams, he's got a friends list that he's working on for Horizon. This friends list should be going into beta soon, but when he runs the stream, he's been asking people that are interested in a friends list of being able to join the Discord and maybe get some testing done on it prior. It is something that he's been working on for the past, but he's ready to be able to start getting kind of more involved with it. Eventually, maybe load it into the launcher, but it looks like it's going to come out as like a third-party thing off to the side. But the friends list looks pretty cool, and I think the best note that I saw that somebody gave was, can we put a note beside the person? So if I say, for instance, type in Quetch's name and I add him as a friend, I can put a note beside him or if somebody undercuts me on the auction house and I fucking hate them, or Paladin Master pops up, I can put Paladin Master on my friends list and be like selling a shield for 100K to this guy. You know, you could have little notes
Oh,
beside the people,
interesting.
but being able to see the people that are online without having to do /search space all space lost time enter. No, he's not on. Okay, gotcha. And being able to go through individual people like that, or having to get in a link shell, having a friends list sounds like something that you could really be able to kind of have some fun with. And being a third party, you could have it just on a side monitor or something. You'd be able to see when somebody logs in. I think it's got a 1 minute downtime.
Oh, I didn't realize it's not an add-on. You're talking about.
It's a separate third party that he's making. On
I would
this.
love if more add-ons could just be dragged into another screen. Like I get
Yeah.
so much clutter. Oh, that's actually really cool.
He's looking to be able to in the future maybe get it as an add-on, but the first things first, get it up and operational. I
Sure.
don't know if it is I can add LTL and he would appear on my friends list even if he hasn't added me. I think that was a layer of feedback where both people have to add each other for it to be able to represent. But it is an API directly from the source to see who's logged in and who's not. So that's
Yeah.
really cool that something is being extrapolated to be able to use in something like that. I'm a huge fan of this coming down the pipes if this does go live. But again, Hugin's been streaming it recently. He does have
Yeah.
like beta, and he's got a server ready to go for Q&A. I don't think there's a download yet. I think he's wanting to be able to maybe get something out before Vegas, and then something major kind of after Vegas situation.
It's
but
QA, not Q&A. You fucking goofball.
I don't work in your field. Fuck you.
Well, you can plow my field, baby.
FarmersOnly.com.
Yeah.
That's why we've been friends so long, dude. But yeah, beta. The beta's out there, or not out there, but he's taking names for that. But a
Cool.
friends list is something that I think is much needed for the size of the server and the amount of people we interact with and hang out with. And I love the fact that if we could add notes beside it, that would be really cool. You could see who's on without having to dive into 5 different fucking link shells and be able to rotate.
I'll tell you, when I interact with people who are just play this game because they enjoy the social aspect of it, the idea of a friends list comes up so often. It's such a desire for like some percentage of the player base that, you know, doesn't care about H&Ms, doesn't care about, you know, building relics or like a lot of the more intense things and just wants to hang out. Like I think friends list is much needed, and I agree with you.
Hugan, if you're hearing this, I think the one feature that you need to make sure to add to a friends list is when somebody comes online, like giving like a noise or like a message in chat or something like that.
Oh
You know,
my
like
gosh.
when your friends comes online, or like somebody in the like they do in 14, like when somebody in the link shell logs in,
I low-key love
shows
this.
up on your screen. Or when your friend comes on, it like gives you a little noise. And you can
Hey,
see
I'm
that
just
they're
here
online.
so I don't get fined.
Exactly.
Good evening,
But yeah,
genitals.
I feel like that would be awesome, like so that you could see, because like that's one of the big things, right? Is like you never know when somebody's on, and if you're not typing in like see all link shell or searching the link shell or whatever, like you never know if they're online. I mean, the friends list will help cut that down a bit, but I think it'd be pretty cool to have some sort of notification.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
for news
love that.
updates and information on it. I think that, yeah. I just want to get it operational first, and then, yeah, that sounds really cool. I'd love that input. Perfect. There's another thing that Hugan was working on, and I believe it's kind of a joint thing for all of us that have significant others that don't obsess with this actual game. There is a Horizon Book Club. Have you heard about this at all, LTL or Quetch?
I have a significant other that's obsessed with this game, but I haven't heard of the book club.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
I'll
I
do
just
you
know
a
basically
check,
what
yeah.
you said is like there's a book club out there and they're trying to network people who are the SOs of, you know, maybe they appreciate 11 but they aren't stuck to it.
Yeah, for a lot of people, I think it's run by Hugan and Mafia Queen Cutie. I think both of them actually kind of run this and operate it, but it's a book club for people sharing the books that they're reading or being able to recommend books to other people. But it's kind of like a social group for the SOs of people that actually play Final Fantasy 11, because obviously if we're staring at a screen waiting for an ending to pop for 3 fucking hours, our SO is kind of, you know, not occupied with us at that time. So they started a nice little book club. There's a couple of people to be able to reach out. I joined it recently. I don't read as often as what I actually should, but at the same time, I wanted to be able to kind of get my hands busy at it, and I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out. So that's another thing you can probably harass the Mafia Queen Cutie or Hugin about being able to join the Horizon Book Club. It seems pretty nice. They actually have it well organized. Props to them. What was that?
I joined,
Facebook?
but I never learned how to read.
Yeah, that you must be from Tennessee.
Further south.
You might have seen me make a face just now,
Yeah.
and it's because this is I'm gonna jump topic for half a second here.
No, go for it.
I
go
had
for it.
my wiki page open for the second quest in that escape quest that you brought up a while back.
Yeah.
The second quest actually has a note about Horizon on it.
What?
Yeah, I'm on the Horizon wiki for the birds, which is the second quest in the series, and it says, when attempting to activate this quest, you must zone and rezone after completing the first mission 1. So mission 1, 2, and 3 are the 3 for that series. 3 is the one with the escape NM.
Yeah.
Mission 2 says Horizon change. You can log out and log back in. You don't have to zone.
That's not even in our game. Is it?
I think it might be, or at least the second mission is. That's why I'm saying, like, I actually don't know if this is maybe already present. Is the Goblin grenade on the auction house?
I would assume so, because don't you need a few of those for a quest?
No, that's
Doesn't
the
well, here's the thing. Doesn't the demon pen drop as part of one of the things that you needed to trade
does.
for the
Yeah.
anniversary thing or whatever?
Is it the anniversary? Yeah, I was thinking for some reason Black Mage AF, but it might just be the anniversary.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But like
Goblin
the
grenade.
items in it stands to reason.
Strength +1. It's on the auction house for 8K. This NM already exists on Horizon. I mean, unless there's a different way to get that bomb.
Does. Okay, Quetch, there you go. Sounds like
I don't know,
something new
man.
for you. I'm pretty sure if there's an NM that like escaped people, we would have heard about it by now.
I agree. That's why it's like, wait,
Maybe
what?
they disabled it on the Horizon side?
Maybe it's never been coded on private servers or something.
That could be.
Anyway, if you're a dev of Horizon, you're listening to this show, comment down below. Let us know if this is.
I'm glad you learned how to read. You should probably join the Horizon Book Club at some point in time, Quetch, because reading that expert
that's a great segue.
Exactly that. So
What's the
thank you
book
for
they're
that.
working on?
No, I don't know if they assign a book or I just joined.
Isn't that
like
how
a
book
week
clubs
ago,
work?
So yeah, I think they
You
talk
read the
about
same
what
book.
they're reading, and I think they're talking about. Dude, I'm not gonna give it a. I'm just
All
saying
right,
it's
look,
out there. Okay.
look.
Okay.
Okay, mister, I don't read as much as I should. That's how a book club works. You pick a book.
Okay. Okay. I don't. I haven't been involved. I don't know what book they're reading if there is one.
You Tennessee.
I know a lot of the times.
Mother.
Oh my god. You suburban sons of bitches. Throwback to one of our 2 shorts that we have. Both of them are ragging on me. All right, so next thing.
At least we're.
Shut up, LTL. I saw that fucking look because
least
that
we're
look was you
consistent.
deserve it. You walk yourself into it.
I'm not gonna say anything. I love you, DA.
I know. I appreciate you. Rain has a newsletter that came out. I believe the August newsletter. The reason we don't normally bring up the Silk Road newsletter.
Reign
but
of Silk Road ownership.
Reign of
Correct.
Silk Road.
Yes.
Yes. But the reason why we brought it up is because there's a couple things in there. One, I want to give a shout out to Tomaine. He's been the wonderful person that's commented on almost all of our actual Level Sync episodes about may the Star Sybil guide you. Winters is the best, you know. If you
I've
see
only
those
read
comments in the-
Heal Yeah, let's go.
that
Hell
was
yeah.
oh my god, that was the last episode. That's
Heal Yeah,
sounds
brother.
like Hell yeah. But Tomaine actually won their raffle recently, and I don't know how much he won, but he won a shit ton from their raffle. So, I mean, the Star Sybil obviously shines upon him for that. But there's a few other things in there, including, I think there's a shout out for myself, which I did not know that was coming for the hot minute there. But the main thing is, I would say, the Teabag Festival. Guys, have you heard me talk about the Teabag Festival in the past? I may have dropped a hint about it every now and then.
So 2 things. So
I remember it from retail.
Okay, good.
You jumped past the shout out to you, but yes, there was a if we'll link the PDF. Is it PDF?
Yeah,
is that how's it
yeah.
being circulated
Yeah.
in general?
Yes.
Because there is a spot for DA about your stream, and and your activities on Horizon, including, you're leading the charge on the Teabag Festival.
The Teabag Festival, right? And that's the Teabag Festival. LTO, what do you remember about the Teabag Festival? So I can tell you how it's evolved and grown into our 75 era.
Well,
Horizon.
everyone who enters is a potential target, and basically what you have to do is like either be in the right place at the right time or talk and follow the person around. And each person has a different like point value depending on who they are, really. And what you need to do is wait for them to die. When they're dead, you sit on their face, take a screenshot, send it into the Teabag Festival Discord or whatever. Get the points that person's worth. The person who has the most points at the end wins.
Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. We did add a little bit to it because previously it was like a link shell event to like bond people and everything. But here I took every streamer I could possibly find on Horizon and put them on the list. And then other people that I felt like needed to be on the list. We have a list of about 40 different people, and the prize pool is currently 5 million gil between first, second, and third place. What you basically can do is you can donate 100K to the prize pool and increase somebody's point value by 1. I already had somebody that was like, for instance, Blessing. Blessing is a streamer of Horizon. He is a blinking ninja. If you've ever seen anybody blink, not as much as this motherfucker. He blinks more than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. He looks, it's a strobe light at a Daft Punk concert. That's what he does. But he was a 1-point person. Somebody donated 900K to the prize pool and made him worth 10 points. 10 points is the max. So if you get a teabag on Blessing, you get a 10-point teabag. Now, one thing I also added to it is that if you teabag them and clip it on their stream, you get double points. So if you teabag Blessing on Blessing's stream, you get 20 points. And right now we have I think it's first place is like 8 points, second place is 7. We have probably 10, 15 people that are currently in there for point value. It's going from August 1st to October 31st. Being able to adjust and change people's point values or add people to the list ends October 1st. So we can't add more gil to the prize pool. But yeah, Quetch, you're on there for 3 points right now. I started at 3 points as well. Somebody bumped me to 4 points, paid 100K, put it to the prize pool. Now I'm worth 4. But it's been a wonderful adventure going around, and you'll see if you pull up any streams, you'll see just a chair with nobody sitting in it because I'm invisible, sitting in the corner watching XP party with multiple people. There's been some great clips already, some good teabags, some drive-bys. I think the #1 clip on Twitch right now in the past 7 days is Blessing laying dead in the desert. And he's like, oh man, I'm going to get a raise soon. And then you see a thief in the distance with Flea on, beelining it right to his ass. And right as it gets there, Blessing realizes what's going to happen in whole points. And he's like, you got to be quicker than that. Like, got you $1. You got to be quicker than that. It's got over 120, I think, of views on this clip for the last 7 days. So it's the #1 clip on Twitch right now for Blessing. So it's been a very fun thing. And no hardcore people can be put on the list. You can add anybody onto the list by donating to the prize pool. And if anybody doesn't want to be on the list, just let me know and I'll remove you.
And importantly, you cannot teabag someone's Final Fantasy 14 character.
True. Or real life. You can, and multiple people have asked, since this is going on when we're in Vegas, teabags in real life will not count.
Oh,
I don't
somebody
care.
passes out drunk or something and they
I'm not we don't need to encourage any of that stuff in Vegas, all right? LTL, stop rubbing your hands together like he's like, I'm gonna put something in his gumbo and I'm getting my balls in his face. Hold on, I gotta.
You know, like how you drop tea bags in a cup? It's just your balls instead.
Yeah, I'm not getting balls.
That sounded like Jackbox. The music in the background.
It did.
Yeah.
So that is the Teabag Festival. There's a leaderboard. I'm keeping it up to date. It's open to anybody and everybody. You don't have to be on the list to play. The people on the list are just worth points. If you want to add a friend, like I know LTL, if LTL was playing more often, I would add him to the list and donate gil to the prize pool just to make sure people hunted his ass down and gave him some balls. So you can add anybody to the list, and it's just fun. It's just good old fashioned fun.
How many points for El Cunado or Dirty Randy?
Why you gotta throw back a fucking reference to the league like that, man?
Is that something YouTube allows before I
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
before I publish this video? No,
no. No. It's just a reference to a show.
To DA's point about, I was leveling my summoner. I did my first white mage burn, LTL. I don't know if you got the joy of doing one of those in
I have
KRT.
not, but I'm familiar with how they work.
Yeah, and I just see a chair sitting there, and like somebody either the party or chat points out, they're like, "Why is there a chair here?" And I turn and I'm like, it was one of those moments where like I clocked that there was a chair, but I didn't like absorb that there was a chair. And DA is just
Sitting and
I'm not
waiting.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was occupied doing something. I had 9 different streamers up on the
Okay,
side. I
all
was like,
right.
okay, Quetch just died in that White Mage burn party. I'm gonna head down there next. So I
And then
rolled
the
down
whole
there.
time you were out there, I didn't die
You didn't
once.
die!
And then when you
Dude,
left,
I
I
was
died
out
like
there
4
an hour and a half.
times.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. Check the VOD.
You- See,
I
it
died
makes people
so
play
many.
better.
I died
It makes
so many
people play
times in
better.
that party, and nobody got me. I left. I'm like, nobody cares.
I currently am first place with 11 points, but I can't win my own event. So that's why I say
Sure.
Blessing is currently in first place with I think 9 that he has, with Maine in second place at 8. So it's close, but it's just started. And there's a lot of people out there worth 10. I think Army Angel's currently worth 6. Hugin is I think worth like 5 right now. There's plenty of points. We have a link to the Discord. Feel free to hop in there. It's open to anybody and everybody. Once the picture or clip is posted, I put a little clamming icon underneath it to let you know the points have been calculated. I keep it fully up to date, and I'm fully transparent about everything that's been donated. So if your point value goes from 1 to a 10, you can see what son of a bitch donated 900K just to target you and make you higher on that list. But it's been an absolute amazing experience to run around and have some fun with us.
Yeah, AKA click the link down below, sign up for or join the Teabag Discord if you want to catch some streamers or whoever.
Yeah. It's good. It's something to do on the side if your biggest goal is just plus wanting AF or working on weapon skills or something like that. You have a little bit of fun time on the side. All right, cool. Lastly, then that we have for today is just Vegas. We got Vegas coming up in what's today? It's the 14th. So we're sitting 3-4 weeks out.
Oh shit! It's my brother's birthday.
It's
It's the 14th.
Oops. Yes. Quet's gonna go say happy birthday to his brother before he falls asleep.
I
He's probably
hope he
already in
doesn't
bed.
edit it out. I hope he keeps it in there. That was too perfect. You can't hear us right now. You gotta keep that in.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Are you calling him right now?
No. I'm just looking at my messages. All right.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Vegas hype. It is the 14th. I believe there has been a little bit of change of Vegas. LTL. I am getting out
Okay.
there a day earlier.
Okay.
So I'm not getting out on Friday. I'm coming in the same day Quetch is on Thursday now.
Yeah.
So if you want to be able to take our time
Well, it
being
still
able
works.
to
Still works out for Friday. I think Friday is the
Okay.
best time frame to do it. Because like I
before
invited
the karaoke.
Hugin. I invited Hugin as well to come and hang out with us too. So
Okay.
and that time frame worked out for him. So
Yeah. Personally,
I say that we
I like
keep it.
Friday. It's nice to just get up whenever on Friday, and then just make sure we're all coordinated for Friday for dinner or
Yeah.
whatever.
Exactly. I think that'll work out best.
Awesome. So yeah, we're getting out there at the beginning of next month. I think our next episode will be probably we're not going to follow the rule of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We're probably going to be having a full episode about what happens in Vegas and all the good times and stories and all
Most
that
of the
kind
good
jazz
times.
that
We gonna be fucking. We gonna be fucking, and we're gonna be
Oh my
telling
God.
everybody about it.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I'm not even gonna say anything on that. No, we're gonna be having a good time. It's gonna be enjoyable. We're gonna try
Holding
to
my
make sure
stuffed
that
animal.
we're gonna make sure the next episode
Emotional
is
support animal.
Yeah, emotional support VB.
make sure the next episode is Vegas FOMO, so we can have a better and bigger turnout the year after, or whatever the next time this does come down the pipes, because it should be a
Yeah.
blast for the amount of people coming out, because we're looking at 30 plus, not including it's probably
closer
gonna
to
be about
40.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 40 at every event. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I really look forward to it out there.
Yeah. I'm really excited. Like you pointed out, it's like almost 40 people. Like it just blows my mind. It's just gonna be so many people to just be like, hey, remember that time we were in this EXP party or whatever? You know, it's just like,
Mhm.
and then like of course the illustrious Hugin, the Eugene.
The Eugene, the Huggin. I get to make fun of Solo
Eugene.
Wolf's Bastock. I get to make fun of Bastock to Solo Wolf's face and hear his laugh. It's gonna be
Oh
glorious.
yeah,
I
Solo
look
Wolf.
forward
Solo
to
Wolf's gonna be there. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. yeah, we got the list is up on the Discord, and feel free to be able to check it out. But that is coming down the pipes, and we'll do our next episode after that. You guys got anything else? That kind of takes care of the whole list of things to be able to talk about today. We went through each and everything. Anything you want to highlight, point out, specifically discuss? Because next time we're here on the monitors, it's going to be after meeting in person. And like I said, LTL, you and I have known each other for a decade now. So it's going to be our first time actually meeting. So it's going to be a different vibe in here. There's not going to be any fucking. But is there anything else you guys want to be able to talk about?
There will be cupping of the balls, though. Hopefully, I mean, and that's
You don't
gotta
get-
cup the balls.
You don't get points for that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be
Teabag Festival, not the tea.
Teacup festival.
or for the ladies, clam chomp or clam slam. We don't leave anybody out. And Quetch has edited that out. All right,
there's so
you guys have
much.
anything?
This ending is like about 10 seconds long right now.
Okay. Anything else? Perfect.
All
All right.
No, I think we
Oh.
covered everything. I'm really excited for Vegas, and yeah, next episode will be a recap of that.
Sounds good. All right. From everyone here over the Level Sync side of things, and we definitely talk to you later. Make sure to check us out and follow us on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify.
You got it.
Yeah. Hey, I did it. And the good news is I don't have to do another one of these for like 3 or 4 episodes. All right, guys, have a great one. We'll see you at Vegas or after. Adios. Bye.
Bye, everybody.